Hello and welcome back. This is Insti and I'm continuing playing Agatha Christie Hercule Poirot First Cases. We really haven't done that much for now, but we are trying to find our room, and we've heard that the poor Luke unfortunately has passed away. But anywho, let's see. Yeah, blackmail is well and good. Talk to Elizabeth, talk to Gideon, talk to Zachariah, Inspector East rooms. The blackmail, we had the possibility of the quill pen, if I remember correctly. Let's see, that's not it. Nature of the blackmail letters, I think it is here. Yeah, letters possibly written in the house. Well, it's a fair as I would say it's fair to assume. Well, I could almost say that 99% certainty the blackmailer is in the house. If we are indeed going to be trapped in a snowstorm. So I don't need to talk to you at the moment, but Elizabeth, let's go and talk to her. Elisabetta. I love those red shoes and red socks. Or burgundy? I don't know. I'm bad with colors.
Of course, Detective. What is it?
Extravagant looking pen in the hall.
I would not say it in front of the Major, but it is rather hideous. It was a gift from him to Madame from his time overseas. I don't think it even has the capability of writing.
Interesting. From Major.
A pen that does not write is like a fish that cannot swim.
Well, there is truth in that, yes.
As Angeline describes it, a useless ornament. It's the thought that counts, I suppose.
It's always the thought that counts.
Merci, mademoiselle.
The pleasure is mine, Detective.
Okay, so for now, nothing new. So back to here. Well, something new. Can we actually make some conniptions? Not yet. Probably ornamental, but who knows? It might still work. And Zachariah is here, so we might as well talk to him. And see what he has to say.
Detective, it looks as though I might be out here all weekend. What can I do for you?
Monsieur Sterling said my room was on the first floor.
Is that what he said? I can barely understand most of what he says with that accent.
What accent? I can understand Monsieur Sterling perfectly, but Monsieur Demier is one more Van Rouge away from becoming unintelligible. Ooh.
I find his accent rather pleasant, reassuring.
I guess. Not too helpful when it comes to finding your room, though. You'll probably be the lucky one that has that hideous plant outside the door.
Hideous? Okay, so that's a...
I shall take up no more of your time. À bientôt.
Right, okay, so we need to find a hideous plant. Okay, where... Ah. Zachariah mentioned I'm maybe next to, as he described, a hideous plant. This troubles me. Oh, okay, so that troubles you. And now... Hello, Gideon.
Please, ask away, Detective.
I was going to. I assume you have heard about the consequences of my visit last time, and Mademoiselle explained the paper. Let's start with the last time.
Angeline has spoken of it. You made quite the impression on her, Detective.
I feel responsible for what came from that day. Florette's dismissal and Luke's.
It is not your fault. Madame van den Bosch does not like it when her rules or authority are undermined. I try to explain to Angeline the same, but her guilt has not left her.
Well, Gideon has a point. That is true. So, payment.
I suppose you think I was unwise to pay it?
I am glad Mademoiselle requested my help before you fell further out of pocket.
Madame van den Bosch had no intentions of paying it, whether she believes there is a secret that could ruin the family or not.
It was an honorable move for you to make the payment. It was certainly no small fee.
Angeline is to be my wife, and then we shall be family. As far as I am concerned, my money is our money.
Okay. And of course the blackmail could hurt Gideon's business also, if there is something that can be used against the Van den Bosch family. Anyways.
Merci, monsieur. I shall leave you to prepare for tonight's celebrations.
That music always goes a little bit higher when we're ending the discussion. So, what now? We have talked. Angela guilty about dismissal, yes. Her fault regarding Florette's impromptu dismissal. Oh, is there something else? Oh, I can make connection. Okay. Maybe contact and dismissal.
I cannot see the logic in this.
Okay, so that's not logical. Matured.
I must act on thought and fact.
Mindful of staff.
Magnifique.
Okay. Angeline is trying to do good, even though the dismissal weren't entirely her fault. Yes. Okay. So, Angelina is trying to redeem herself. We still have one connection to do, so maybe try to contact or matured. Maybe matured.
Is there something I am not seeing?
No, it doesn't work like that then. How about...
Things are beginning to become clearer.
Yes. Mademoiselle Angeline says she never intended for Florette to be fine. I believe her. It is certainly not the happy news I was expecting. Mademoiselle Elizabeth lost her beloved look, and young Florette and the maidservant has not been seen, even with Mademoiselle Angeline's efforts. At least it appears the family have survived their financial difficulties. Objective completed. Find out what happened to Elizabeth and Florette and Van den Bosch family since you last met. So, we've done this. This is complete, I would say. Okay, yes, that is. Luke's firing from the house and the ensuing death still plays heavily on Elizabeth's heart. The story of Florette's firing and disappearance has left Mademoiselle Angeline filled with guilt. Okay, so that part is true. Now, let's go and find the hideous plant. Well, there's one plant.
Aha.
Oh, right, we check these plants and rely on each other to survive, something we as species could take a lesson from. But that doesn't look so hideous, so we need to find the hideous plant. I have no idea what... Is this a hideous plant? That's the northeast grandfather clock.
Oh.
The time and skill it takes to build such a wonderful piece. It's an art form. Southeast quarter and northeast quarter. Actually, I can go everywhere right now. But anything else? The room, probably not mine. That is the room. We cannot go to Jackie's bedroom, and we cannot go to room. So order and method. I'll go to the northeast quarter first, then here. More of those little pictures. And anything? Another plant. Is it hideous?
Huh.
This plant is striking and full of color. It really draws one's attention in a positive way. So, probably not hideous then. At least I hope. Another grandfather clock. The L is important. Room? No, neither of these rooms are mine. And a southeast quarter. Another plant. There's a plant. There's a statue. Luggage. Is that the hideous plant? It could be. Let's check the luggage. More luggage for Mr. E. Da Silva left unattended and right between the two front-facing rooms. So my room is one of those. Probably next to the plant. I would not consider any form of nature ugly, but I'm not sure how I feel about this plant. Okay, come my little creatures, let us solve this mystery. Well, our room is probably here. Oh, I need to actually make connections. Okay, inspect the east rooms, yes. So we have this luggage for Mr. E. Da Silva. And my room, neighbors Ernesto da Silva. Can I Oh, there's no need to connect anything. Okay. Wait. Hideous plant. So I'll start with well, I can't inspect the room. I just want to inspect the room. There are possible suspects, so I need to inspect, but apparently I'm not allowed to. So we know this is my room, at least we hope. The bedroom next to Monsieur Da Silva, this must be my room. Well, at least we hope so. Finally, I have found my chamber. Although the journey was longer than expected, I don't know. The destination is really quite charming. I should make myself familiar and comfortable in my new surroundings. I don't know what is going on. Don't mind about me. It's maybe it's the Christmas spirit and time.
Oh.
I wonder if I will get a chance to catch up on my reading whilst I stay here. Probably not. You are going to have so exciting time. Now, that is one huge mirror. I want a huge mirror. Tall. And fireplace. I could stand here. A roaring fire. I could stand and gaze in the flames for hours. Deep into a darkness bearing. Long I stood there, wondering Okay, now I can't remember the from day to not darkness. Wondering, fearing. Okay, anyways, neither here nor there. We are not playing horror game, at least not for now. Martha is dead is on the table, maybe next, but not now. Anything else we can do here? It's quite dark, if I may say so. A piece of literature, but I already checked that. So what am I supposed to do? Ooh, wrong button. Inspect. Investigate. Nothing new. So do I leave here? Anything? confirmed evidence. Gideon paid the first demand. Plan to elope. Luke passed away. Cassandra is widowed, desperate for money. Archibald is stressed. I know the feeling. Angelina has matured. Angelina's rocky relationship with Cassandra. Okay. So do I just leave? Because I can't interact with anything at the moment. Except with the book.
Huh.
Okay. So I cannot leave. What am I supposed to do now? So I need to do something. I need to find something to interact with. Ah, the window, obviously. The snow has limited the view from the window, but it certainly has a beauty of its own. It sure does. Even for a detective like myself, finding this room was quite an arduous task. The house may hold more secrets than expected. Well, that is almost guaranteed. So that objective is... Well, hello. So... Elisabetta.
Elizabeth, thank you for coming. I shall not take up too much more of your precious time.
Not at all, Detective. I had best not be away for too long. Madame would not be pleased when there is so much work to do.
Well, mademoiselle, if anyone was to ask, I required your urgent attention with a delicate matter. That should be enough to give you a moment's peace.
Thank you, Detective.
Can I assume you are aware of the probable blackmail ring in the area? Okay.
I have heard whispers, but this town is full of busybodies. It's hard to know what is the truth and what is hot air from socialites trying to outdo one another.
Interesting.
I would not have thought you want to join in with such chatter.
I'm not, but it can be hard to ignore. I try to quash any talk of it in the house. But it's easier said than done. When the staff are together, it seems to be a competition to see who can dream up the most scandalous rumour.
Yes, gossiping, definitely.
You are a loyal maid and friend. Mademoiselle Angeline is fortunate to have you.
It baffles me why they would target her in the first place. She has such a kind and pure soul. That may not be what you remember of Mademoiselle, but she has grown into a kind-hearted young lady.
I was wary of that when I arrived, but I myself can see a change in her, a maturity. And if it is as kind and pure as you have stated, she should not be troubled by the letter.
Letters, Detective. I brought you the other.
Letters, okay. Mademoiselle van den Bosch, you don't know me, but I know you and your family very well. For years you have stood high on your pedestal, attending parties, living the lifestyle of the upper class, a life that you were born into, all the while hiding sordid secret that would tarnish the Van den Bosch name forever. Once respected family with morals and nobility, but now you rely on riches and jewelry to show your worth, a worth that is not deserved, even residing in a home that was obtained under your lies, but not for long. That actually sounds like it could be florid. For your secret to remain exactly that, take a small brown paper parcel filled with 5,000 francs, addressed to Monsieur Dupont on the Barbier and Sons cobblers before sundown on Friday. If you do as I request, this will be the last you hear from me. You will be able to return to your life of stolen wealth and excess. If you refuse, be sure the name Van den Bosch will be on the whisper of lips for years to come. Well, those are very serious insinuations.
I have tried to tell her not to think any more on them, but she fears that even a fabricated story could ruin the family name. She even frets at what it may do to her engagement.
That is true.
I have met Monsieur Demire, and I cannot see his love for Angeline diminishing at something so trivial. Merci for bringing this letter to me.
Well, it depends what the secret is, especially if it's true. But I don't think it's directly to Mademoiselle. I don't know. We will find out, probably. Mademoiselle Angeline worries so much about the family name, but from Mademoiselle Elizabeth's telling, she has nothing to worry about, at least from her own perspective. Perhaps the secret does not directly concern Angeline at all, and she's merely the easy target. Well, that is certainly a possibility and most likely outcome at the moment. But if the rumor or whatever is used to blackmail is true and is something very, very bad concerning Van den Bosch family, that could cause problems, that could concern even her husband-to-be. But again, we will hopefully find out.
Merci, mademoiselle.
Merci.
Pleasure is mine, detective.
So, what now? We have something to connect here, nothing to connect here, but we managed to find... Oh, wait. Blackmailer wishes family to suffer. Again, that could be Florette. She definitely has a reason to do that, and motive, and get what's owed to her. And the question is, we do know there's going to be a murder because it says in the tin. So the question is, does the murder and blackmail have anything to do with each other? I think not. But we will see that also. Motives, possible motives for committing this crime. That interesting. The letter suggests the blackmailer wants to see the family to lose everything, including their house. Again, that could be Florette, because I'm guessing if Florette didn't lost her job and probably had a hard time to get a new job, and she was the, if I remember correctly, sole provider for her mother and siblings, then yes. But first letter, second letter, possible instruments, tools, or weapons to commit this crime. Okay, but so we need to. Oh, bit wonky there. Blackmailer, vicious family. Yes. So these are the same. Okay. Payment demanded. I'm guessing we connect these.
This will not get me any closer to my goal.
I guess we are not connecting these. Silly. Whoever suggested that you connect these two, that would be ridiculous. Written in the house. Could these be connected?
I must take a different approach if I am to uncover the truth.
Obviously not. Who would think of that? Oh god. Payment demanded. Talk to Gideon. Households many secrets. Can I connect these two?
What a revelation!
Okay, what a revelation. The staff members... Oh, right. She said that. Oh, yes. The staff members that are aware of the blackmail could possibly know the reason why. It appears the Van den Bosch secret may not be a secret at all. The house staff may know what the blackmailer is holding over the family. But why is not Elisabetta telling that to us? Although she's trying to avoid the subject altogether. So I'm guessing we are ending chapter 1, because We have done these. So what can we do now? Actually, what do we need to do now? Ah.
Of course, Detective. What is it?
Angeline is now.
She will no doubt be with Master Gideon. The party was just beginning when I came upstairs.
Okay. So, let's get this party started.
That is my cue to make a grand entrance. Am I presentable enough for the creme of society?
You'll do, mate.
Quite handsome, Detective.
Merci. If you catch me snoring, please poke me in the ribs.
I will use Madame's sharpest poker.
That doesn't sound like a party, more like a fighting.
It sounds as though someone else may have already been poked.
You are correct. Ooh. Interesting. So Gideon hit the major.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, if you would be so kind to return to the party.
With all this excitement out here,
I believe that is an end to the excitement, as you put it, Monsieur Demire.
It's hardly the job of a detective to resolve domestic arguments, but under the circumstances, perhaps there is more to it. I shall speak with the major outside. Well...
Ah, thank God. One last match.
Okay.
Bonjour, Monsieur Hagen.
I wondered when you would be arriving. At least now you can do your job.
Pardon, Monsieur.
I have just been assaulted. I want him arrested.
I am afraid it is not as simple as that. I merely witnessed you standing up from the ground.
Ooh. Would you like to explain?
This is ridiculous. You know very well what he did.
Perhaps you could elaborate on what instigated the altercation.
I should have known you wouldn't make things easy.
Really? It is clear that the Major is still outraged by what has just happened, but I must learn what caused such escalation in the physical violence. This weird... Okay. Okay. Push on whether the Major instigated the altercation.
I have met Monsieur Demire. He does not seem one to physically assault someone unless provoked.
I hope you're not implying that I started it.
There is some blinking on the graphics, that's weird.
I am only stating what I have seen.
I was having a private conversation with Angeline when he interrupted and struck me. That is all there is to know.
If the Major is still the same man that I met all those years ago, I'm sure he will remain defensive and the blame for the altercation will fall solely on Monsieur Demire. Perhaps the best approach would be to act as though I am on Major's side and coax out the truth. Well, straightforward, it must have been the rather heated conversation for him to intervene. Implicating your conversation with Mademoiselle Angeline was had with the utmost respect and politeness towards her. I'll go with the implicating.
I would not act any other way. Well, unless I am provoked.
Okay, so far so good.
You have grown rather close with the Van den Bosch family, it seems.
What has my relationship with the family got to do with anything? Why are you even here, officer?
Detective. and I was invited by Mademoiselle Angeline personally.
Seems to be mistake after mistake with that girl.
Do you think she has made a mistake in agreeing to marry Monsieur Demir? There must be a reason for you to for your animosity towards Monsieur Demir. Agreeable, yes.
Of course I do. What a stupid question. He is scum. Him and his whole family.
Well, that's quite harsh. Maybe there is some grain of truth in there, but to be honest, the Major hasn't shown us to be a good character at all, so it's hard to believe him. But let's see what he has to say.
If I had my way, he wouldn't have even stepped foot in this house.
But you probably would say the same thing about Poirot. Anyways, mocking, do you think Monsieur Demir's actions were appropriate? Antagonizing, there is clearly some hostility between you and Monsieur Demir. I'll go with the antagonizing.
Officer Poirot, are you going to do something about him or not?
Nothing whatsoever.
It is Detective Poirot. And if you refuse to answer my questions, I do not see how I can continue.
I just don't know what she sees in him. Angeline could do so much better.
Aha, so were you hoping to marry Angeline? Are you a jealous person? Or envious? Anyways.
I don't think she realizes what she is getting herself into. I can't imagine her living a happy life with that rogue.
You have been suggesting quite a lot that Demir is rogue and whatnot, but could you please elaborate?
I see. Merci, monsieur, for your honest opinion, whether I agree or not. I shall leave you to your cigar and return to the party.
It is not often such violent altercation happens at a celebration such as this. I should investigate why it began. Well, obviously. New mind map unlocked, because we have field view. This party is already filled with more drama than most, and it has barely begun. I was requested here to find the blackmailer, but perhaps altercation is connected somehow. It might be. Right, this is going to be a fun little party, I would say. Anyways, what are we going to do now? We have the Major Felix Hagen. What do we know about... Okay. Former major in the British Army, Felix Hagen is not only friends with Madame van den Bosch, but also well connected with the local law enforcement. Although he has been out of the military for some years, he still believes he has the authority and power over others. I would not want to speak out of line about the former officer, but he strikes me as arrogant and pompous, which I believe he considers positive and fitting traits to have. Yes, definitely arrogant and pompous. That doesn't mean... Well, I lost my train of thought there. But what I was thinking, yeah, he has animosity against Gideon. That's obvious, probably because maybe he was harboring feelings to Angelina. But that doesn't mean there might not be a little truth what he's saying about Gideon's or Demir's. Who knows? Pamphlet. Let's check that. Some information regarding a shelter for women coming from troubled homes and backgrounds. Interesting. Who left that there? Archibald. Archie, come over here.
Monsieur Sterling, I trust the preparations are progressing since our last meeting.
Please, Detective. Archibald is fine. Everything is in order now. Are you ready to join the party?
You are head butler of this house. It is a position that warrants respect, and I shall continue to give it, Monsieur Sterling. And I must admit, It is the smell from the kitchen that has my attention more than the party itself.
Rehana is quite the cook, but it will still be some time. Maybe you'd like to enjoy a drink while you wait? Some of the guests are already in the salon to your left. And the remaining guests are in the library on the first floor.
I will be sure to explore both. Merci.
Okay, do this evening plans fall under any sort of schedule? You did not want to interject in the altercation between Monsieur Demir and the Major. Let's start with the schedule.
Dinner will be served in the dining room, but the rest of the evening is yours to enjoy.
Okay.
You have all certainly been working hard, it seems.
Very hard. The lady of the house wanted everything a certain way, and that's how it was to be done.
And altercation.
It is my responsibility to look after the house and staff, not to resolve petty disputes.
I cannot imagine he will be in any mood to attend the party.
He often has a cigar to calm down, and if that doesn't relax him, that temperature outside surely will.
I imagine so, yes.
Merci. You have been most helpful.
New mind map. It is time I met my fellow guests of the party. They all have connection to the family in some respect, and although they are here to join in the celebrations, perhaps one of them has more sinister motive. Perhaps. We have a Major, Monsieur Major Felix Hagen, and Great Hall pamphlet. Some information, yes. Talk to Margot. Okay, so one of the guests probably left it there. Archie Sterling. Locations of the guests: salon and library. Inspect library. Inspect salon. Okay. Wait. Didn't I check that already? The Major made a hasty exit outside to smoke cigar. Not even the cold could stop him. No, but we need to talk to Gideon, I assume, at some point. And inspect salon, inspect library, talk to Margot. That's what we are going to do. We start on this floor. Wait. The staff rota for this evening. 4 people are assigned. Is this enough staff to proceed with tonight's events? Yeah, that sounds low, especially as big of the house as this is. Staff rota Friday, all-day service, Archibald, Elizabeth, Inge, Rihanna. Kitchen, breakfast, family, lunch, family, dinner party. Service, breakfast, family, lunch, family, dinner party, evening service. Housekeeping, morning, family, evening, turn down service. More mind maps. The staff live and work in this house with the Van den Bosch family. It would not be surprising for them to know more than the family would expect or want. Yes, we already pretty much have been talking about, at least you has been mentioning that we probably the staff knows. Excuse me. New conversation unlocked, okay. Talk to Cassandra. Okay. Inspect butler's pantry. Excuse me. Okay, and what about staff quarters? Closed. I think it's time I join the party. Well, that was definitely a cue for us to move on. Can I ask you anything? Probably not.
What can I do for you?
Nothing apparently.
Merci. You have been most helpful.
So, let's go to salon and see what we can see and who we will see. Crown piano, yes.
Aha.
The chance to play is very tempting, but I shall save myself the embarrassment. We know that already. You said that on the other piano, but that remains still true. Bottle.
Oh.
Quite substantial sized bottle of alcohol, already half drunk. Why is half empty bottle sitting on the bar without no glasses beside it? That is interesting. So that would point out that the staff is overworked and too small for this kind of a soiree or something like that, if that is what I'm thinking. Anyways, Zachariah, again, hello. Did you get...
Monsieur Demir, we meet again.
What did I tell you? Call me Zach. You found your room all right then?
I did, and a charming room it is.
I don't know if I would call mine charming, but if I drink enough, it won't matter.
Okay, I must apologize for my rudeness before. I did not ask how you know the family. What is this? What is it you do for work? It seems everyone here is some great financial standing. Not stranding. I'm hesitant to ask, but how is your brother after the altercation? How is your brother after the altercation with the major? Well, so the first question we need to ask how he knows the family, but the third question actually answers the question because he's a brother. I was almost banking on it that he would be a brother, but let's be polite.
That's okay. At least you actually care. Not like most of the others here. I'm the groom-to-be's older, more handsome brother.
And modest, obviously.
Ah, oui. I see the resemblance now. How wonderful that you can celebrate this occasion together.
I'll stop you there. The only wonderful thing about this celebration is the free food and drink.
Okay.
You are not pleased for your brother?
Angeline seems nice enough, but marriage is not for me. What is there to gain from tying yourself to someone for the rest of your life? Besides the money.
Right. Money. Okay, financial standing.
Recently, not a great deal. Well, except for enjoying myself. I was once a field medic in the military. But those days are over.
A noble occupation. Did you not want to make it your career?
It wasn't my decision to make. I certainly don't miss the battlefield. That's...
Oh, sorry. Altercation?
I'm sure he's fine. You don't need to worry about him. Always the knight in shining armor. Riding in to save the day.
Saving the day from who, exactly?
Well, if Gedeon is the knight in the fairy tale, Felix is the dragon. Felix the Major. Ha! Always there, thinking he is better. Just because he was a major. We all know how he got there. In his mind, that puts him at the top of the chain.
It seems there is some hostility between Monsieur Demir and the Major, an animosity that does not come from one evening at party. But he was a field medic, so maybe they have met on the field. Or maybe he has heard something about the Major's backgrounds. I'm almost certain that will come back to us a later time, but let's continue.
Perhaps it is best I take my leave.
Okay, something new. Can I make conniptions? No. Nothing here. We need to talk to Cassandra, differing status. Zachariah believes the Major's disdain for him and his brother could be because of class divide. So, Zachariah and his brother is not as high status as the rest of them, at least in the views of Major. We'll find out. Zachariah claims Gideon is looking forward to the family fortune. I wonder if he knows their past. Huh. Okay. Oh, come on. So there's some kind of a connection we can do in here after we talk to Zachariah. Brothers aren't close. Zachariah is Gideon's brother. Zachariah is intoxicated. A bottle of alcohol. Would this be true?
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
I could not even fathom drinking that much alcohol, especially in one evening. That much? What? Oh, we can continue talking. So, Zachariah?
Fire away, detective.
I don't mean to dampen the celebrations, but would you like me to fetch you a glass of water?
I have a drink, but thanks anyway.
I just would not like to see things get out of hand.
Don't you worry about me. I've got it covered.
Something tells me his excessive drinking is not in celebration of his friend's engagement. His recollection of war makes me think it may be something more serious. Most likely, yes.
Perhaps it is best I take my leave.
So, oh. No new connections at the moment, but repressing something. You don't say. Maybe. Anyways, before we continue checking around how huge of this area is, I can check the newspaper. I will do that. News of the continued factory strikes. Workers demanding a fair treatment by Jacqueline Conrad. How is that important and connected? What's happening here? Right. Okay. Dining room we cannot enter just yet. We can check the fireplace. I will do so, although I'm guessing he says I could stand here. Yes. Gaze into the flames for hours. Margot. But I think we need to talk to Cassandra first. After all, she's the lady of the house.
Madame Van den Bosch, congratulations are in order on your daughter's engagement.
Congratulations are in order.
Thank you. And you are?
So you don't remember me, and you don't know I was invited, apparently.
Detective Poirot.
I'm sorry, the name eludes me.
Or is this some kind of a game she's playing? That day at the Van der Bosch house has stayed with me. It opened my eyes to the unjust treatment of the working class and has been a driving force in becoming a detective I am today. And yet I have barely been a second thought to her. Yeah, but she could be just playing or probably doesn't honestly remember. Who knows?
Once, Officer Poirot, I investigated your daughter's missing bracelet.
Oh, it's you. There is no missing jewelry here today, so we are really not in need of your services.
I am here on a rather more pressing...
I know why you are here, officer. Detective, whatever you are now. Please, just get on with it.
Detective, and I promise not to keep you too long.
I understand the altercation earlier began with an argument between Major and Mademoiselle Angeline. Your daughter invited me here to find the blackmailer. I was passing and I noticed the butler's pantry was locked. Let's go from the 1 to 3. So, yeah.
Angeline is her own woman now. She can fight her own battles. She does not need her husband to be stepping in.
And what battles would they be?
Nothing that concerns you, detective.
I'm not sure what I expected asking Madame Van den Bosch about private matters. Well, we are continuing on that road, my friend, so let's ask about the blackmailer.
Keep your volume down. She had no right to do such a thing. As soon as the other ladies get wind that there was a police officer in-house, the whole town will know.
Oh no, the town, yes.
Perhaps you should be more focused on catching the blackmailer that is holding your family's name to ransom than what the chattering women of the town will say.
I care more about what those chattering women, as you so rudely describe them, have to say than the empty threat of an anonymous letter.
Interesting, he's still saying those threats are empty, but she should know that even if those threats are empty, the chattering women will probably still ruin her if they think the empty threats are true. But either she is lying, that there's nothing in their past that could be used to blackmail, or she doesn't know. Or maybe the blackmailing letters are red herrings and distractions. Who knows?
Your daughter does not agree. In fact, it has been suggested that one of tonight's guests may know more than they are willing to show.
The guests? You mean our friends? You can't honestly believe one of them would be so petty to send a letter like that. Oh, officer, you have not changed.
Neither have you. I must thank you for your hospitality.
I suppose it is only polite to say you're welcome.
Yes, that would be polite.
Madame is as quick-witted as I remember.
What a shame there is nothing as memorable about you but your lack of respect.
Well, at least you remember me of something then. I should have known getting into verbal battle with the Madame would not be easily won. I was passing and I noticed, yes, perhaps you should tell me about the family secret, the one your daughter is brother. Let's start with the butler's pantry, because if I fail this, then we... Well, anyways, let's talk about butler's pantry.
Locked? That is absurd. They should be constantly coming back and forth from there if they are hiding from their work again. What is it you want in my staff area anyway?
Well, that is interesting.
I only mention it as I was hoping to speak to some staff members. But if they are busy...
Be a good fellow and make sure they aren't slacking off in there. It shan't take you long.
No. It may not have been the permission I was expecting, but I shall take it nonetheless. I shall try the pantry again. But now, what is the family secret, and are you willing to divulge anything?
What do you mean, protecting? She hasn't gone and paid that silly ransom, has she?
Oh no. Oh no.
It was Monsieur Demire that accepted the cost. He paid it because your daughter believes there may be something to hide.
For heaven's sake! Why do you think it was addressed to her and not I in the first place? Because they knew I would throw it in the rubbish where it belongs.
She might have actually have a point there.
Madame, if there is something you are keeping, it would be wise to tell me now. It may help in identifying the culprit.
And it would be wise for you to stay out of my family's business. If I require your help, I shall ask for it. But don't hold your breath.
Okay, that went actually better than I thought.
Merci. An enchanting conversation, as always.
Margot.
Allow me to introduce myself. Hercule Poirot.
Detective Hercule Poirot? I heard we were being joined by one of the King's finest officers.
Oui, madame. I see my name precedes me.
Comtesse Margot de Vos. Charmed, I'm sure.
It is I who is charmed.
Handsome, well-mannered, and a man of the law. I did not expect such a fine caliber of gentleman at this party.
Comtesse, your compliments are enough to make a young detective blush.
Yes. Were those genuine flattery or, well, compliments, I would say. Genuine compliments, or trying to distract us. I'm a cynical person, apparently. Besides flattery, what is it you do?
I fill my time mostly with charity work. The number of those less fortunate only continues to grow.
So the pamphlet, yes.
How very admirable.
One must remain humble.
Indeed. And which side of the engagement brings you here? Yeah, I'll go these in the order.
I have been a close friend to the Vandenbosch family for, well, heaven knows how long.
Yes, heaven knows.
You must have known the late Viscount then.
Indeed, we had been friends since our school days. His passing was very hard on both Cassandra and young Angeline. I became a sort of protector of them both after his death. A guardian angel, if you will.
I have learned that the friendship in these higher social circles can be nothing more than a facade to remain in that position. Perhaps Comtesse is vying for Madame Vandenbosch's position. Perhaps not, who knows. I'm saying quite a lot of who knows. We will find out these things, I'm sure of it. It was quite a shock to see Major lying in the hole like that. Well, actually it wasn't, but let's at least pretend that.
You will find Felix at the center of any trouble, especially when it concerns the ladies of the house.
He is quite protective, and why is that?
I understand he has made himself quite at home here.
What an understatement. He thinks his friendship with Cassandra entitles him to anything and everything in the house, including certain opinions of how young Angeline lives her life.
He does not approve of Monsieur Demire?
You'd have to ask him, or rather speak with Gideon's brother. He will have something to say about Felix, I am sure.
Yes. The Comtesse is well versed in drawing one in with a delicious bait and then leaving them biting on the line. Another conversation with Monsieur Zachariah is in order. Yes, indeed. Yes, and she is throwing little bits and pieces here and there. Interesting. Monsieur Demire.
A strapping young man. Angeline has found herself a good one. They certainly make a handsome couple.
And they do indeed.
Speaking with them both, it is plain to see, even to one that is unexperienced in such emotions, that there is a great deal of love between them.
Okay.
When they are together, it is obvious for all to see, even at such a young age. But who are we to judge what the heart wants?
Why would we even judge? It is the woman shelter you work with?
Work with? I built it from the ground up, detective.
My apologies, Margot.
My admiration continues to grow.
While my husband, the Honorable Count de Vos, is always busy with his duties, I found myself at rather a loose end. I could not bear wasting my days with no purpose. And one day, while shopping in the city, I noticed the abundance of young women living and begging on the streets. Dirty and hungry, without a franc to their name.
It is horrifying to think of how so many must live their lives while others live a life of such selfish opulence.
I hope that was not a backhanded comment on the life I live, detective.
Ooh.
Far from it, Comtesse. You are using your wealth to better the lives of the less fortunate. It is commendable work you do.
It is, isn't it?
Yes. The work the Comtesse is doing will go a long way to improve the lives of those who need it so badly. I only wish there were more in positions such as hers who could see the divide in our society and use their wealth to bring the blight to an end.
It has been a pleasure conversing. I look forward to our next tete-a-tete.
Now, Zachariah, my old boy, you probably want to tell me something about Major.
Fire away, detective.
I fire away indeed. Major. Fondness. Oh, wait, what? I get the feeling you do not have much fondness for the Major.
The major pain in the ass. Why should I? It doesn't take a detective to work out the sort of man he really is. You must have seen it, right?
Well, partially at least.
I have my own history with the Major, but that is a story best not told.
I think it's a story best told now. It can't be any worse than what he did to us during the war.
Ah, so I was right. They do know each other from the war. At least he knows about the Major, yes.
You fought together in the war?
We were on opposing sides.
I have stumbled upon a delicate subject. It may be best to avoid it altogether. Maybe, but we do need to know that. Maybe it's for the later time if we cannot do it now.
The subject of war is a difficult topic for everyone. Perhaps it is best to discuss something else.
If you had seen what I have, what he has done, you wouldn't side with him.
Interesting.
I am taking no sides, monsieur. It is just not conversation fit for a party.
Oh, Poirot, I really want to know now.
Perhaps it is best I take my leave.
I'm thinking what war they are talking about, because it cannot be World War One. If I remember correctly, Poirot timeline. But anyways, I might be totally wrong. But it's neither here nor there. We have something we can connect here, nothing to connect here, and this is not done. This is something we need to do. Why can I... What's new in here? Oh, so the Major's been around since the Viscountess, yes. Margot and Cassandra are longtime friends. Margot does charity work. Margot looks out for others. Oh, we need to go and check the text of those people. And we have something to connect here. Brothers have history with the Major, young Romans. Talk to Cassandra, Zachariah, Margot. The Major doesn't like Gideon. I'm guessing we are trying to contact project. Brothers have a history with Major, and the Major doesn't like Gideon.
Another success. I never doubted myself.
I wouldn't say it to his face, but I don't think it's the Major's place to cast judgment on Gideon. Major intended to warn Angeline. Interesting. So something has happened. Hopefully we will find out sooner rather than later. But I think before we go to the upstairs, we go to Butler's pantry and see what we can see there. I'm half tempted to end this episode after that, before we go upstairs, because there is going to be a lot of discussions with other people, so I think best to end it here. Unlocked. I must have got a staff member at the right time. So before we talk to anyone, I'll check if we can see anything. Inge, pots and pans, let's check those if they are not. Judging by the condition, they're being used. That's good to know. Definitely. And a letter. That wasn't here before. Papers that order the dismissal of staff member for accessing rooms without permission. Curious. Dear Miss Allard, your position as housemaid within the Vandenbosch residence is hereby officially terminated with immediate effect for the following reasons. Accessing forbidden areas of the house, refusal to make sincere apology, emotional distress brought to the family. A reference shall be offered pending future employment. Sincerely, Madame Vandenbosch. Oh, I kinda understand she's been fired if she was actually doing something that was not allowed, but considering the history, what we have with Madame van den Bosch, we will see if that's true at all. Oh, right. So we have something in here new, but characters. Major Felix Hagen. So we have ex-military, since we count death, okay, but nothing new. Nothing new here, but where is Margot DeVos? Proud, strong, opinionated, and flirtatious socialite, Comtesse DeVos is a woman that knows what she wants and will not hold back in announcing it. Running a woman's shelter is admirable work. The world would benefit from more people in their position of wealth to do the same. Okay. So far, no secrets, but Inge, let's talk, you and I.
Bonjour, mademoiselle.
Oh, monsieur, you startled me.
It was not my intention, mademoiselle. I was hoping to talk with a member of the staff.
You are the detective?
I am Detective Hercule Poirot. I only intend to take up a moment of your time.
Oh, Madame van der Bosch will be very hungry if she knows I'm standing talking.
Allow me to worry about Madame.
Yeah, Poirot, it didn't work last time, so yeah, I understand she's a little bit worried. Forgive me, I did not get your name. You have been working very hard, is it? You have all been working, yes. But let's go with the introductions.
Inga Frank, detective.
From the Norse god of peace and fertility. A most beautiful name.
Merci. It was my grand-mère.
Okay. You have all been working very hard this evening.
Oui, detective. Madame was very clear on what was to be prepared for today.
Well, everything looks exquisite. But if I may be blunt, would you not benefit from some more hands?
Monsieur Archie knows how busy we are, especially in the kitchen. I hate when I have to run service.
Okay.
Merci, mademoiselle. I shall leave you to your work.
So... okay, we got something new. Do we... Butler's pantry? High tensions in kitchen. I haven't heard of a kitchen without tension, but this sounds like there's more to it than usual. Forbidden areas. Okay. And we need to talk to Cassandra. I could go and talk to Cassandra just before we end. Because after all, she's on this floor, and I was thinking that I'll try to do everything here before we go to the first floor. So there is Cassandra, yes.
Let's make this quick, detective.
Okay, I understand the Major is not fond of Angelique's husband-to-be. You must be elated at the news of Mademoiselle Angelique's income. Let's start with the Major is not fond of Angelique's husband-to-be.
You can make whatever assumptions you wish.
Based on several accounts, it seems as though the Major has a certain level of disdain for him and his brother.
Felix is merely protecting both my daughter and the Van den Bosch name.
Interesting. Why?
Protecting them from what exactly?
That is a question best asked to them.
Okay, you must be elated at the news of Mademoiselle Angelique's engagement.
Gideon is a fine, educated young man from a well-respected family.
Okay.
All important when considering a new son-in-law.
A good home and education speaks volumes about a man. Even in the short time they have been engaged, his noble character is obvious. If you were an educated man, you would know that.
Oh.
I can assure you, madame, my education is not one to be sneered at.
And yet you remain a mere detective. Perhaps it is your choices, then, that are to be questioned.
Right.
Merci. An enchanting conversation, as always.
So what did we learn about that? Hastily arranged marriage. It appears that they are not prepared to wait to be wed. I find it rather romantic. Why would the couple want to move forward with wedding so quickly? Okay, so we have some connection to do. Okay, family fortune.
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
Hastily arranged marriage and family fortune. Okay. Monsieur Gideon could be marrying into the family purely for financial gain. That is possibility, but after all, he paid the blackmailer. No. That remains to be seen if there's something like that. Potential financial intentions. Monsieur Gideon could be marrying into the family purely for financial gain. There is a possibility for that, but at the moment, I would say no. With this information we have. Wait. Do we need to do something else in the butler's pantry? Because we can still inspect it. I'll go back to the pantry and see if I can see something over there. But I think after that we will end this episode. Excuse me. So we have these. Oh, that's a ground floor. Pots and pans. Inge. Staff termination, yes. Yeah, I was just checking it again, so it will be... Oh, cupboard. There does not seem to be anything of interest in here. I think we checked that earlier. So I'm a little confused. Do we... Of course, it might be something that we need to go and discuss with the people upstairs, and then we can finally check something else. Obvious. Oh. Ah, sorry, I take it back. There's a photograph I did not see. I tried to be as thorough as I can be. A photo showing 7 members of staff. The house would surely run like clockwork with so many. So what we have, what, 4? Butler, yes. Elizabeth Inge, interesting. Why so many people leaving? Or fired, I would guess. Staff photo showing 7 members of the staff. The house would surely run like a clockwork. And now I need to connect something. Maybe I connect the staff photo with staff rota to know who's here and who's not, maybe?
Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
It appears there are a number of staff missing based on the photo and rota. Why could this be? Oh, yeah, why? A lot of preparations. So, insufficient staff, high tension in kitchen, Could those be connected?
Come, my little grey cells.
No. So insufficient staff and staff overwhelmed then.
Order and method. That is the way to solve the problem.
Okay. Insufficient staff and staff termination.
Another success. I never doubted myself.
It appears the missing staff were in fact relieved of their duties. Could there be another reason for letting them go? Money problems. So now we need to talk to Archibald, Cassandra, and Inge. Recent staff layoff. But that is for the next episode. So, next episode we... Okay. Yep. Next episode, we are trying to uncover why staff has been laid off and talk to the people upstairs. Hopefully, we will start making some sense in all of this. Probably not, but at least we get more information. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you next time. Until then, goodbye.